Tuesday, May the 5th, is the feast day of Blessed Edmund Ignatius Rise, founder of the Irish Christian Brothers in 1802. The Charter of the Christian Brothers was explicit in its aims, namely to educate youth according to the maxim of the Christian law. Since 2008, the Christian Brothers schools are under the ownership and management of the Edmund Rice School Trust, a lay trust consisting of 5 members. The trust is required to follow the Edmund Rice tradition. In recent times, the trust has issued a position paper on sexual orientation and gender identity to all of its 90 schools responsible for the education of over 50,000 pupils. In it, the trust declared that we will provide support for LGBTI and gender-diverse students in the formation of their identities. This is not Christian. It is the betrayal of all that Edmund Rice stood for. There are only 2 sexes, male and female. To suggest anything else is delusional and to ignore the scientific reality of human beings. Traumatized and troubled individuals who identify as being gender diverse do need our sympathy and support. However, this is in the area of mental health and not by directing them towards hormonal manipulation and body mutilation. This has been scientifically and definitively determined in the CAS report, which is available to anyone who wishes to take the time to read it. Children as young as 4 and 5 are now being encouraged to accept and applaud fellow pupils who identify as male today, female tomorrow, and something else the day after. This is the blatant and deliberate distortion and destruction of childhood innocence via a woke ideology that is totally insane. What is being taught in our schools today is in effect the sexual exploitation and grooming of vulnerable children and impressionable young adults. The educational curriculum is now being systematically used to promote sexual permissiveness and immorality. Classroom education should be to direct the formation of young adults to be responsible human beings with respect for themselves and for others. It should not be used to train them to act and behave like animals. The question must be asked, who is responsible for what is being taught in our schools today? Of course, no one will accept responsibility. Not the parents. Some don't know, many don't care, and most are too busy. Not the teachers. They are just following the curriculum. Not the department. They have laid responsibility on the publisher of the books. Not the publisher of the books. They have designed books according to the guidelines issued to them. Not the minister. She is guided by her department. Not the bishops. They no longer oversee religious education in schools. Actually, it is the Board of Management whose members are personally, immediately, legally responsible for the welfare of the pupils in their care via the school policy implemented under their supervision. In practical terms, what does this mean? In the event of a pupil successfully suing the school for personal damages due to injuries sustained because of hormonal manipulation or body mutilation, consequential on school advice and direction, then individual board members may well have to consider a second mortgage on their home to fund legal expenses and jury awards. So what is the Christian perspective on this matter? Well, our blessed Lord could not be more explicit when he declared, "Whoever caused one of these little ones to sin, it would be better for him to have a great millstone fastened round his neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea." This is not an opinion. It is the verdict of our God, our Creator, our Redeemer, and our Judge. No exceptions. Not the parents, not the teachers, not the department, not the book publishers, not the minister, not the bishops. In the end, we all answer to God. Blessed Edmund, Ignatius Rice, pray for us and for all those who are betraying your legacy in Ireland today.